Welcome to the Dr. Ini Adesanya podcast. I have various US and international accounting and tax designations, a master's in tax, and a PhD in business administration with a concentration in finance and accounting. Over the past 2 decades, I have helped several SMEs succeed. This podcast will provide strategies and resources to help startups and existing businesses thrive. Let's get started. So today we're just going to talk about ways in which you can increase your business revenue. Okay, there are several ways. First of all, you have to reassess your business. Maybe the line of business you're in, you're not doing well, right? It could be that you're in a specific business. Maybe you love entertainment and you're not doing well. Maybe you can't really, maybe you're not a good comedian. It could be something that you're selling a product and you're not really good at it. Or maybe you're good at it, but you're not moving with the trend, right? So many things that you have to sit back and look at what's happening. You know, another way to increase revenue is online sales. Now, if you have not, if you know, I'm not happy at what happened with COVID, but if COVID, right? If COVID, you know, did not teach you something with your online business, then, you have to really sit back and see what you can do to make sure that you're keyed into the online sales. Is a different platform. And you know, with online sales, you can actually, make sure that you can make more money because revenue is everywhere, right? You can make more money because, of course, you make revenue everywhere. It goes beyond your geographical location. Now, there's some things you cannot really go beyond your geographical location. Like if you're into baking, you can't really go maybe to another people bake and sell in another states, but really no online sales. Then also another way to increase your business revenue is reviews. Now, you know, your family that loves you so much, your friends that say that they love you so much, and your family also says that to get them to review your product. Some of them are loving your cake. Some of them are, oh my goodness, my cousin can make fantastic cake, but it's not online. The person did not put it down. So please make sure you sit back and talk to all your people and make sure that your family, your friends, they're reviewing what you are actually selling is really huge, right? So reviews are good online, making sure that online sales that you're doing that and also getting reviews. Another way to actually increase your revenue is through marketing, right? You have several kinds of marketing. I'm going to just briefly go into some of them, right? Now, social media marketing, of course, the cheapest form of marketing. Cheapest form, whether you're really based on a geographical location or you're actually outside that geographical location, you should really market with social media. When I say outside, now, before it could be people that do schools, like do after school programs. Now, you know what? Doing it online is what's happening right now. So I know that franchises are really based on geographical location, right? That if you're a franchise of a learning, a school or after school learning center, you cannot really go to another area, something like that in the franchise agreement. But just to show that, you know what? Social media it goes beyond just boundaries, like geographical boundaries. It can go all around the world. So make sure you are actually looking into social media marketing, right? And then also by referrals, right? Make sure when your clients come, tell them that, you know what, I'm going to give you this if you refer me. If you're, maybe a discount, 10%, 5% or something like that, get them to refer you. Tell people, let somebody tell, so yeah, and let them, make sure that when this person comes to use your product, the person will say, you know what, I was referred by this person, I was referred by this person, right? It actually really boosts revenue. You want, revenue or income, depends on what you call it, but it means relatively the same thing, right? Another way to boost revenue, we're talking about marketing now, is mailing. Mailing, you can actually send mails, postcards, right? I know people say, yeah, but maybe people don't read postcards, but some people do, So that's another way of actually increasing revenue. Another way is actually sponsorship, right? I have sponsored programs before, and from people, or even sponsored and put myself on it, sponsored, and and then when somebody saw, oh yeah, I saw my name on the magazine, they actually called me for my accounting, CPA services. So yes, that's another way. Now, another one is door knob posts. We know that with posters, we know that with restaurants, again, we're looking at geographical locations. People put things on doorknobs, right? People put things on the doorknobs. People put things, doorknobs, or maybe other office residential. They just like to advertise that way, and especially restaurants. I've seen that very a lot with restaurants, right? So marketing, I always look at for small businesses, SMEs and medium-sized businesses. I know that resources are limited, and I always say that at the beginning, I have to tell you that you're going to be jack of all trades, right? It's very expensive for a small business to hire a full-fledged marketing company to come forth and work for them. Is really, really hard. And so, it's not hard, it's expensive. I won't say it's hard. Of course, they're available for you. It's expensive. And so when we look at that, you look for ways for it to be cheaper, right? And so these are the forms, of course, as I said, social media marketing is really, really cheap. Then we talk about the TV, advertising on TV and the radio station. Now, when we're talking about TV and radio, that's really expensive. To get a slot on TV to advertise, that's not cheap, right? But, sometimes you get programs that will say, okay, you know what, I will allow you to speak at advertise. There's sometimes that people do that, give discounts for small businesses, right? But generally, it's very expensive to advertise on the TV. And then on the radio too. But remember, we're talking about reach. Revenue, it's all about, having enough clients, right? It's all about having enough clients. So, it's all about having enough clients or enough customers, right? And so, yes, actually, well, as I'm talking about marketing, we have a professional marketing consultant. She's been several years into marketing, and I actually asked her to come and speak to all of us. So she's in the room. She's going to show us camera in a few minutes. And yes. So thank you, Jade, for joining us today. I'm just giving them some tips on how to increase business revenue. I will allow her to talk in a few minutes, but she's a professional in this field, and I'm really happy that she could make it today. She's a very busy person, and I'm very happy she could make it today. And then, then another way to increase revenue is by being innovative. Right now, with, of course, I mentioned COVID before. You have to sit back and say, okay, what do you need to do to move yourself from one level to another? You have to sit back and reassess your business, right? Are you actually taking advantage of innovation? I know some businesses, they have actually gone under. Because it's not even a large retail company. When somebody, I read about it not too long ago, and I was made to understand. I hope I'm right, but I believe I am, because they were not really pushing online sales. But again, that's what I was made to understand, right? So you have to sit back and look at that. Then, I remember during COVID, this was such a very fantastic business story. I remember this person sat back and he was into designing t-shirts and everything. But you know what? During COVID, they changed the narrative, right? They started making PPEs, and they really did make a lot of money. So you have to sit back and understand what is happening, right? What is going on, and how is it possible that you are moving from one revenue stream to the other, all right? And so I will just ask one, because usually I do a second segment. This is just going to be one question before I allow Jay to speak. Somebody asked this question, and I just want to share it with us. Usually this is so, but I'm not going to do more than one question, because because we want to have, I give her a little time to speak, and let us get something from her. All right. So this is the question.
Hello, doctor. My name is Anna A. I was told that I can use my 401k to finance my business tax free. Is that correct?
Okay, she's asking if we can use, her question is that, can she use her 401k to finance her business? That's her question. Now, I want to make it clear now, if you're a startup, there's something called ROBS, ROBS, roll over as a business startup. You can actually use your 401k to start your business, right? There are terms and conditions that apply. You cannot use a 401k just to, I'm having a business, I want to increase, I want to sell something, go and get it as a loan. No, this is specific, and there are rules and regulations, laws that apply, that how you have to structure it, making sure you're using it for startup, not using it for a party, not taking it and having fun. No, you have to, there are certain rules and regulations. So if you're listening to this and you're a startup and you have a 401k, you can actually use your 401k to start up your business. It's tax free. Of course, rules, laws, regulations apply. So make sure you talk to your financial advisor, but it is there for you to use. All right. So now let's bring in Miss Jade. She's going to speak about, I'm going to ask her a couple of questions. I know some people have already asked, and just a few minutes, she'll just share with us what's happening with marketing. The thing about this is that a lot of small businesses struggle. Small businesses do have limited resources. They don't really have the money to go and hire a marketing consultant, and just to really, go get out there. But what can you tell them that they would, what can they do to make sure that they are maximizing, the little resources they have?
Right.
And you can, thank you for being here.
Of course. So I just want to introduce myself. I am Jade, and I have operated Jade Media since 2016. So it's been about 6 years now. And I something I really enjoy. It's my passion. For my 9 to 5, I do work. Um, I do something totally different, but I do enjoy the freelance marketing that I do, and I enjoy the reach that I have with small businesses. What I am noticing with the small business clients that I have is that they're struggling to solve a problem. So I think when you go into any type of business, you have to figure out how you're the answer or the solution. Whether it's a restaurant, mortgages, a hair, you have to figure out what your core competency is and why they're going to go to you versus anyone else. I think the biggest issue I've noticed is that most small companies don't have a marketing budget. And in 2022, with social media as big as it is, between all of the platforms, Facebook, Instagram, uh, TikTok, you have to insert yourself in whatever the trends are. And once you've identified your target audience, if you have a restaurant and you want to serve families, that means that you need to be involved in Facebook events. You need to set up an event on Facebook. You need to try to sponsor at local schools to see if your company can be advertised for maybe when they have like food services for the kids. I mean, you have to put yourself in a space to speak to that target audience. I was working with a restaurant recently that opened up in Little Elm, and he said he needed signage on the outside of the windows. And I said, well, we need to figure out what your plan is. What do you want to go the happy hour route? Because we could do that if you want to target a younger audience. Or do you want to go families where you're catering to a place where that needs to be open at 5 o'clock for the kids, for dinner, quick dinner? How do you want it advertised so I know what to put on your sign? You can't just say, this is what I want. You have to speak to the target audience. Another quick thing that I noticed about smaller businesses that I work with is, what are the core values of your company? Do you put integrity at the forefront? You know what I mean? Some people operate,
without even saying anything. Yep.
Exactly. Do you put communication at the forefront? Do you put customer service at the forefront?
Yes.
So you have to have all of those core competencies outlined. So when you're online on your website, you know what keywords to use. We value
Exactly.
trust. We
Yes.
value
Oh,
communicating with
wow.
our clients.
Wow.
That has to be on there so they know what
Wow.
your brand represents.
Wow.
So yeah, that's just my tidbit that I wanted to share.
Wow.
So
I mean, I
yeah.
really like what you said. I really like what you said about school. Going into a school is not even expensive. It's not going to go and advertise in this. And I really like what she said about, what you have to look at, because remember, small businesses, we know that they have very limited resources, but going into a
Very
school
true.
and doing a food drive, I mean, I know that in one of my son's schools, and one of the burger joints actually they do some kind of fundraising, and now it makes sense to me
Yep.
because now
Exactly.
I didn't, we don't, I just, oh yeah, we're eating with the
Yeah.
family. But I
Yeah.
get it now with what she's saying, right? And that's
Mhm.
really because they are being paid for that. We pay for it. It's not like it's free,
Absolutely. It's
but
not.
it's like a discounted amount. But from there, people will know, okay, these people are located in this neighborhood, right? And this is
Exactly.
really huge, right? That's
Yeah.
awesome, awesome. And then what
Yep.
she said about key values, because you know what? I guarantee you, so many of us don't think of that when we talk about small businesses. It's all about go, 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 get money,
Right.
get
Right.
money, get money.
Get
But
money. Yep.
but people, yeah, because a lot of people look at it and say, you know what, I want to eat in this restaurant because of
Mhm.
what they believe in, that because of the
Exactly.
way they treat their staff, because of the way,
Exactly.
and I know a lot of small businesses treat their staff well, but I guess you
Mhm.
have to speak it. You have to get out there and let people know what
You
you're
do.
doing. That's what she's saying, right? Go out
Exactly.
and let people know. Put it on your website,
You
right?
have to. Yeah.
Yeah, and discuss when you're discussing about, showing up somewhere. Make sure you emphasize your, the core values of your business. And the
Absolutely.
signage she said, everybody puts up a sign, please.
Right. Exactly.
Sign
Make
everywhere. You're passing
Yeah.
sign, but you know what? Step back and look at what people, when something is on the sign, it
Mhm.
actually, I mean, that's why I'm saying she thinks like a market, right? Now it makes sense to me because yeah,
Right.
oh, this sign says something different, right? So it makes sense to me because of the way she actually put it. So,
Mhm.
oh my goodness, this is so
Yeah.
awesome,
And it could be
awesome.
such as simple as on the front door, you want to have everything clear and concise. You want your business hours, you want to know, hey, follow us on social media so that if the restaurant is closed, they can immediately search, such and such kitchen and they can find it online. Have
Oh, wow.
everything outside if you have a small storefront restaurant. So if you're not there or the business is closed, you still have traffic and engagement from your target audience.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Wow. And
that's what
also
I
I
found.
see that one thing I also noticed that some restaurants actually respond to people on, when you say, oh, I didn't enjoy the food. And I've
Right.
seen that they say, you know what, come back here, come back later. And
Mhm.
I will give you, and I remember one example I can give you is one lady that's into makeup, right?
Mhm.
Weddings. She does makeup for weddings. And
Mhm.
one lady was writing on her website that she actually she chose her because of the one negative review, because of the
Hmm.
way the lady responded to that negative
Oh,
review.
nice. Yep,
I mean, he
exactly.
said she wrote it there that I was looking for the best, and because
Mhm.
of that one negative, people, it's supposed to be the opposite. But she said
Right.
because of the lady, how she really responded to that person, said this is going to be my wedding makeup artist. So we take some
Right.
such things for granted, and so I
Absolutely.
think from this we're not just saying go 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 go,
Mhm.
right? Sit back
Mhm.
and engage. Sit back and do things right with your clients, with
Exactly.
your customers, and get to know what they like, and if there's something
Absolutely.
that they want to change, or maybe a suggestion box or things like that, just to make
Yeah.
sure that actually would say that, oh, you are actually concerned about
Yeah.
us, not
Yeah.
just
You're
about our
intentional.
money. Yeah.
Exactly. Very
Yes.
intentional about
Yes.
engaging with your customer, setting
Yep.
things right that might go wrong. Because within small businesses, it's so many different moving parts that things can go wrong. So
Yeah.
if something did go wrong, you want to touch bases and say, hey, come back and try us again. We would love to have your business. That was, my fault, or maybe we were training someone, or maybe our system failed, or it's
Awesome.
always good to course correct.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This is so huge. And
Yeah.
I hope, our listeners have really gotten this, because for me, this is huge for me. We're numbers people. So, but this other part, I too have gotten something from this. So I really thank her. I know she's very busy. And I just said, just a couple of minutes for her to show up and give us, some kind of wisdom and knowledge, because she has a lot when it comes to this area, right? So
Absolutely.
really thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate you. And, bye for now. I'll talk to you
All
soon.
right.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you. Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye. All right. So just wanted to appreciate Jade for coming today, and I hope you've been able to get something from this the podcast today. Of course, we'll continue to bring resource people. I will speak, and really the goal again, remember, is to make sure your business thrives. All right, make sure your business thrives. All right. So nice to see everybody and have everybody. And I guess I'll say nice to have everybody, because of course we can't see you guys. So no problem. Take care. Till next time. Bye for now. Thanks for having me. Remember to join my live podcast on Tuesdays, 6 to 6:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. Visit my website, driniadesnia.com, for details. Till next time, bye for now.